Good morning. How's everybody today? Oh, January 3rd, 2025. Wow. So how many times have people made a mistake and written 2024? Has anybody done that yet? I usually wait till March to make that mistake. I don't know why. What's going on today? Well, Johnson, the Speaker of the House vote's coming up today. Nobody knows if it's going to go his way or not, or Trump's way, really. Trump supported him, but there's at least one Republican that said he'll cut off his fingers before he'll vote for Johnson. So they're going to need a couple of Democratic votes in there to get him elected Speaker. But, they're just figureheads for Trump, although I think now they're figureheads for Musk, if you really want to know the deal. And unplug this. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, so we just have to wait and see what happens there. I don't know when that's taking place. Might have done already. They just haven't put it up yet. You know how the Congress is kind of got a lot of bullshit to go through when they come back from vacation or something like that. Shake hands. What'd you get for Christmas? That kind of stuff. Just like everybody else, normal people, Staff is all wearing their new clothes and everything, so. Yeah. Now, you got to see the headlines they had put up on this guy Farron Balance, who hasn't done anything right since the beginning of time. Trump terrified of Elon Musk. He's not terrified of him. He's just doesn't know how to play him yet. We got to see how pissed off he gets about Trump, about Musk running the country, right? That's sort of like the political end of it. There's going to be less women in the Congress this year than ever before. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's ever before, because there was a point in time where there weren't any women in there. But there's look who showed up. Sorry about that. That's Lucy over on my right shoulder. I get confused looking at the screen. And then but the thing about that is, when I say less women in the House and the Senate, there are more women in state government than ever before. They're setting all kinds of records for that now. I don't know what that means in the long run. I hope it's good, But you've got dipshit up there in charge, and that's just not a good thing, really. I don't think he's. I'm going to try to get the. I'm sure they'll have him prepared for the acceptance speech, the inauguration speech, but I'm just curious what he's going to do if he has to do any public speaking before that, because he's not really making a lot of sense sometimes, and that's scary. But hey, look, you people voted for him. They knew what they were getting. If they didn't know what they were getting, that's because they're stupid and don't pay attention. So I have to assume that everybody's getting what they want. I'm not, but everybody else is. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now here's something close to my heart. I collected comic books for years. I sold my collection right before I moved. I ended up getting about $4,000 for about what I estimated to be closer to $100,000 worth of stuff. But I had to sell it in a hurry, and I wasn't completely unhappy about it. And I had to sell it on eBay, which is a rip-off from day one. But that's, me. I don't have a lot of time, so I had to work from home. But the deal is, now they're saying that for years, a couple of times, the industry has almost collapsed, and now they're saying AI, artificial intelligence, will completely ruin it. And if that happens, that's a shame. Because comic books were a source of ideas, imaginary ideas for me. Who did I want to be? Did I want to be Captain America, or did I want to be Batman, or whoever? I always was listening towards not the Shadow, but the Phantom. That was kind of, because I got him out of the Sunday papers. He was before the comic books came out. I read him. Read him, Flash Gordon. I had Flash Gordon books here, original books of original comic strips for that series. So yeah, I kind of like to dig the old stuff. You know, you get your imagination running and off you go. You know, a lot of kids wanted to be artists. You know, comic book artists. That was a tough job. Didn't pay a lot back then. You know, but. Stan Lee was a hero of mine with all the heroes he corrected, because I knew I got to know about him. I mean, who was it, Schuster that did the Superman? I didn't know much about it, and I never was a big Superman fan, and I can't figure out why. Big Batman fan, but never dug Superman. I kind of think Superman wasn't personable enough, wasn't human enough to make it interesting as I grew older. I mean, now I've read Batman comics that I wouldn't give to kids. That when I started reading at 5 years, 6 years old, and start to read, I wouldn't give them to kids today. There's no more the campy humor there. They're very they're more dark and serious. But I still like them. The artwork's good. The stories are good. I still watch the cartoon, the Batman cartoon on television, even though it's not. It's a different setup. It's, you know, it's more in the future, past us. It's still, you know, things that can actually be made and things that can actually happen. Not everything. I mean, there's some stuff in there that's a little science fiction, you know, but it's still in all, they're great reads for kids, you know. I have people that have told me I should give my old Flash Gordon books to people that are trying to learn English. I don't understand that, but, you know, because I don't think all the time that the dialogue matches the pictures, so, you know, it's kind of weird, but it helps, you know. I've also been told that they should read Rolling Stone magazine. I'm not so sure about now, but when I was told that, yes, it helped. It helped my wife, helped other people learn. But, you know, if you're going to go to AI and comic books and movies, and they're going to make movies and everything else, then you've got hundreds of people whose imaginations are going to be stifled. But because they're going to say, okay, let's do this. Be careful when you say, AI, let's do this, you know. People want nuclear energy controlled by artificial intelligence. I'm going to tell you something about that someday, you know. I actually believe that the movie The Terminator can happen. Okay? It makes sense to me in a very strange, weird way that situations like that can happen. Mainly because artificial intelligence doesn't do black and white. Alright? At least not yet. Maybe they'll teach it to it. It does true and false. It does logical explanations of things. It has no empathy, you know, which is something that, you know, makes us different from machines. We have empathy for other people, for problems, and they don't. It's been said for years. It's like, I forgot the year. They put this up the other day. In such and such a year, the Museum of Natural History put up had an exhibit called The Deadliest Animal Alive or something like that. It was a mirror, so when you looked into it, you saw another human being. And that's been the story for a long time, that we are the greatest threat to this planet. And if you ask artificial intelligence to protect the planet, they're going to do away with humans. That's the theory behind the Terminator, you know, and that's pretty much it. The Terminators weren't aggressors. The Terminators were trying to protect the planet, and while they were doing it, they ended up destroying a lot of the planet. But that's what, you know, that's what war does, you know. When you try to eliminate something, you can't eliminate everything. You can't eliminate humans unless you do it with disease, and they just die. If you try to eliminate humans by force, you're going to destroy most of this planet anyhow. Alright, so that's something that I don't know whether the artificial intelligence is going to figure out, you know. Eventually, it's not a far-fetched theory to think that we'll become subservient to machines until, you know, we start to fight back, and then what happens then? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you that. I'm not Nostradamus or some of those people that can see the future. I just said to you that I know that back in the 70s, Bell Labs in Whippany, New Jersey developed a chip that could learn from its mistakes. Okay, and that's what the basis of everything that's going on right now is from. In the Terminator movie, it's the same thing. The chip that learns from its mistakes, and then eventually it becomes a sentient. I think that's the word. Or it becomes aware. They said in the movie, and that's the awareness is kind of a strange thing, but they become aware of what they are, and that we are a danger to them and to ourselves. Now in the movie, it's pretty much we're a danger to the planet and to the Terminator, so that's where they crack up a little bit. But there's people think that because the artificial intelligence is sort of based on human intelligence, that they can have the same flaws at times. Can they have a mental breakdown? I have no idea. I'm not that smart. That would be me predicting fantasies, But I do believe that it's a very dangerous thing and that it has to be watched carefully. And you have Elon Musk is doing a lot of work in that. And nobody's listening to anything that's going on around him because of all this other bullshit. He learned from Trump. Watch here while I fuck you over here. That's just, So I think that should have been a big issue in the election. The problem is we have politicians that don't know what it is. You have people running the country putting up rules for scientists that don't know what it is. They don't want to listen because there's money involved. They don't want to listen to scientists. It happens with that's what you got going on with that with the health. With Kennedy and his being the health administrator or whatever that's called anyhow. That's the same sort of deal. You've got an unqualified person who doesn't know anything about something trying to tell you what's wrong with it, and that's not really smart. That's an opinion. You have an opinion, which is fine. You don't like vaccines, okay? One time, radio host Don Imus's wife was very much against vaccines because they believed they caused autism. They've never been able to prove that, and if they did, they're concealing the information, which nobody knows about if that's true or not. But that's a possibility. So you don't know. But most scientists, doctors, and whatnot will tell you that there's that autism is genetic, and it's brought about by a genetic defect as opposed to outside influences. But who knows? I don't know anything, Okay, so listen up, people. Please check the buttons at the bottom of the video. Like, subscribe. Where's another one? Like it, but hit the like and subscribe buttons for me, okay? Do that, really. I really would appreciate it. If you want to share the video with somebody, go right ahead. You have my permission. I don't know whether they make any sense or not sometimes, because I get tired and I'm old. Who knows what else I am. Anyhow, that's pretty much it. And I'll see it. I guess I'll see it tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday. We got to go over football and everything tomorrow morning. So I'll get studying that, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.